Hello, Luke here. I would just like to take a moment to disclose upfront that we sometimes talk about sensitive topics in our podcasts, and in fairness to our audience, we will try our best to put specific warnings in the descriptions of each episode. Now on with the show.
Five, 6, 7, 8. I don't know if it's just me, but this movie's really horny. Penguin obsessed with pussy. Where's this going? Let's see. Out window, Selena goes. She was dead, now she rose. Came back home, sewed her clothes. Looking fierce, strike a pose. Is this about Batman? No, this one's all about his foes. Weird and goth, just like The Crow. This is the path that Burton chose. Was Hot to Go by Chapel Roan.
Nice. Way to stay relevant. I love it.
Yeah.
So good.
I think it's the most current song I've ever done on the show.
Probably.
And welcome to the Nostalgia Killers podcast, where we revisit films from our youth to see if they still hold up or should be inserted into the great DVD player in the sky. I'm Luc Londe, joined once again by many, many people. We'll start off with Javier Martinez. Don't mess with me. I'm fucking drunk.
I'll be here even if you're not, Luke.
Okay.
Don't worry. I got you.
And join with me, almost again, as always, Chuck Starzenski.
That's right. Crawled myself out of the sewer with my little flippers. I'm here to, talk about it.
And join once again, fabulous guest, Lauren Heney.
Hello.
Who did not watch the movie. Here to offer.
I have seen it before, I saw the first half an hour of it this time, so here I am.
Awesome. And joined once again by the fabulous Taylor Diffenderfer.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Is that how quiet I need to talk? I can't hear.
No.
You
would do the opposite.
Okay.
I have headphones on, so I can really hear myself.
It's a little yin yang.
Should I be louder?
You should
Am
be
I too
louder.
quiet?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry everyone.
There we go.
Hello.
There it is.
Taylor Diffenderfer here, ready to fucking talk about this movie.
A reluctant sequel from Tim Burton featuring some of the wildest performances of the 1990s, while the main character allegedly phones it in. Tonight we revisit Batman Returns.
Wow.
It's a little back-to-back bat.
Yeah. Thank you guys for doing this so much. This is our second Batman movie in a row, and this is all because I watched both of them in a hotel room.
It's our first sequel on the show.
Yeah.
A lot of firsts, actually.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's an easy sequel one to do, I think. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
And be sure to stick around for our Sonic Death Monkey Top 5, where we talk about our top 5 movie actors devouring the scenery and possibly upstaging the main actor.
Chewing it up.
Num, num, num. Give me more scenery. I love it.
And this brings us to our honorary Sam Coughlin spoiler alert. This came out in 1991. If you have not seen it, you're out of luck because we're going into spoilers right away.
Spoiler alert.
And Sam, just get your shit together, man.
Watch the movie, Sam.
I know
for
you don't
fuck's
listen to this,
sake.
but this came out I don't remember the space between Batman and Batman Returns as a kid. They were just right after one another. I loved this film as a burgeoning goth kid. This movie hit all cylinders for me. Just got darker. I didn't understand all the innuendo and sex jokes, but as a kid, I fucking loved there's a lot of blood. There's a lot of blood in this movie. The cat scratch with the blood on the guy's face. It's gory. It's a gory Batman, which we never see. How about you guys? Javi?
I'm going to keep mine short and sweet. This movie came out when I was born, so I didn't see it until a lot later, but almost immediately after I saw the
I was going to say, Peter, get on it.
Yeah. I saw it almost immediately after the 89 Batman. I think we probably owned like a double feature DVD or something like that.
Gotcha.
But I loved the first one, and so I loved this one as well, and still watch it every now and then.
Yeah, I haven't seen this since I was a very small child, so this was really fun. This was almost like watching it for the first time. Nice. From my first, from seeing it as a kid a few times, all I really remember is that the Penguin scared the living shit out of me, and the Catwoman, she definitely awakened things. She made me feel things.
I saw this, I think a few years ago. I was just going back and watching all of the Batmans because I'd watched the Nolan ones and, you know.
So for the first time?
Not this time. So when I was probably just a couple of years ago, and I remember stopping partway through and texting Taylor.
I remember this.
Because I was like,
I remember you texting.
I haven't talked to you in a second at that point. So it must have been like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I'm watching this movie and it made me think of you.
Was it Danny DeVito?
I don't know what it was. I think it was the energy. I don't know. Because I was just watching it and just immediately like sucked in and enthralled and just like laughing and enjoying the mood and the atmosphere so much. So spoiler alert, I did not watch it all the way through for this rewatch, and but enjoyed what I saw of it so much that I felt that I needed to impose myself on this podcast. So here I am.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you're here. I for one have I watched this movie when I was also very young. It came out the year I was born. So clearly I, saw it later when I was like old enough. I can't remember my age, but I grew up with a twin brother. And so all the media I watched as a kid, it was something that he was also very much into. And he was a little bit more obsessive than I was. And I remember there were certain Batman movies that he would obsess over some of the villains. And the Penguin, Danny DeVito's Penguin in this, was one of them. And so that was influential to me as a kid, growing up with a twin brother, and so the main thing, I hadn't seen it since I was a kid, so this was a whole new experience watching it as an adult, and man, what a fucking joy. I'm so happy you guys had me watch this again.
Yes. Yeah, same here. I remember it as a kid. I remember liking it a lot, but watching it now, I can appreciate the effort into the acting and the characters so much more. Wow, it's just like blows me away, and I like emphatically demanded that we do these two movies back to back because holy shit. But for me as a kid, like I realize now, doing like studying and looking at how they made the film, everything was done on sound stages in LA. They like took over like all of whichever studio, that wasn't Universal, was the other one, but they ended up running out of space and went to Universal, a rival studio, to finish one of their sets. So they like took over the entire lot.
It's wild.
And this was like one of the last movies to do that. Everything really practical, building sets, everything you see in the movie, most of it's pretty much just built.
Oh, you can tell in a good way. It's
totally.
pleasant.
And like the Penguin's lair, the underground. That's what I remember as a kid liking. Like that's where I would live.
Yes.
If I had to pick one of the places, that's where I'd go.
1,000%. With all
You're
the
the
penguins.
kid that didn't want to run away and join the circus. You wanted to run away and join the sewer circus.
Because he seemed like he had everything he wanted. He had all his friends. He had a giant duck he could drive around.
Dude. Yeah.
Fucking A. Yeah.
Body water.
What else could you want?
Early 90s, he's probably a pioneer, He's like the first like American really super into sashimi,
Oh, yeah.
Favorite scenes?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, sure. I'll just get into it. My favorite scene in the entire movie is when Selena transforms into Catwoman.
Me too. I'm gonna hop right in on this one.
My God. I remember, so like I said, I watched this when I was very, very young, and I haven't seen it since then. I remember when that was. And I just have vague memories of the Penguin, because that was like the big thing. Mm-hmm. And I have lesser memory of Catwoman, but I do remember the scene, and it just resonates so much more as an adult. And her gaudy pink apartment, for one, is perfect.
Yes.
When she goes in to start destroying everything.
This is the scene. This is the scene that is my favorite scene in the fucking movie.
And talk about chugging milk.
Yes, bitch. Chug that milk.
Yes.
Destroy your apartment. I feel it. I've never related to something so much in my life.
And then the furious crafting that comes out of
this. Crafting. And then
as
also
the neon sign, it's a bit hokey. Like at the first scene when it's like, it's hello there, right? And I'm like, at first I'm like, oh, this cute little gaudy apartment. Okay, bitch, like do your thing. And then I saw that neon sign and I was like, what is happening here? But when she starts smashing them and it just says hell here, I was into it. Like, it's a bit eye rolly, but I ate it up. I loved it so much. She's a boss ass bitch and I fucking love her. Good for her. Proud of her.
Yeah. I think, the art of crafting as an expression of rage is like, I'm not going to say like it's a solely feminine trait, but we got it in a choke lock and I just appreciate the representation.
Yeah,
exactly. And that's why I really wanted you two here. Because, it's not just that, it's that like I realized that watching this is an actualized character who has agency. She's doing her own thing. She's dealing with her own problems. Yeah. And they cut away from everything else to give her time. And I was like, fuck yeah.
As they should.
This is like a strange thing to see in 1991. But yes, I was very like enthused and happy to see this. And I hope it comes across. I mean, I hope I'm not missing anything.
I think her performance, where especially in the beginning where she's she's like confused and belittled by her male employer, and she's
dropping her papers. She's
a clumsy lady kind of, and it's playing
she's
into
got
this
glasses.
Exactly this archetype, and she's fully committed to it.
Yeah,
it's a great performance of like you're just buying into like this, and then when she comes home, there's like this neutrality that just like works itself into this like glorious feminine rage.
Sure.
And it's fucking sick. And also she's hot as hell.
Yeah. And she leaves the message for herself. That was my favorite part.
Yeah.
Watching it again.
Yes.
Just to remind you that you have to come all the way back to work.
I relate to that.
She's like, fuck, gotta go back.
How about you, Chuck?
Yeah, I mean, that's my favorite scene. But my second favorite scene, my silver medal, would definitely be Bruce and Selena's identity reveal dance.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, fuck. It's like, we don't make, if we made superhero movies like this, I wouldn't have superhero burnout. It was like that kind of thing where it's just like, fuck, it was so good. Like, and just the whole moment of like them realizing one another, and it doesn't just hokily turn into like she does a backflip and starts like, or anything like that. It's just like, it's like, oh no, like, yeah, we're like a couple weirdos playing like dress up, doing our thing. Like, okay, like, yeah, how are we going to like handle this?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just beautiful.
Yeah, I like that one too. Javi?
I want to apologize to my wife. To my wife ahead of time, and I'm going to try to promise not to talk about Michelle Pfeiffer for the entire hour and 15 minutes. Don't worry. We will get to that, but don't worry. So I'm just going to go ahead and skip that and go to the next one. So I have Danny DeVito's or his Penguin's meltdown at the end when he returns to the Ice Lair, and you get that nice flip on the line. It says earlier in the movie, "I'm not a penguin, I'm a human being."
Yes.
And then during his meltdown, "I'm not a human being, I'm the penguin." And it's so good, so good. Like don't get me wrong, I love Danny DeVito, but like sometimes until I see certain roles, like I forget. I'm like, oh, that guy can like act. Yeah, not just be funny, but like act.
Yeah.
There's a bit of trivia with that line coming up later. But,
interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah, but that's I love that. And he tears off the suit and everything. It's great.
Phenomenal.
For me, another thing, it was just the all of Catwoman's lines. They're a lot of them are just dad jokes.
Yeah.
But they're like pertinent. They make sense. They fit the theme of the movie, and she gets a lot of them, which I fucking love. She's not just like throwaway look at me character. It's like, it was great.
Also, like her hatred for cops and how she deals with them is really truly something to be admired.
Oh yeah, no, she is.
Yeah.
Patron saint.
That's probably like, I love Danny DeVito. I love everyone else who's in this movie, but for me, like the stand-up performance is Pfeiffer.
Oh, hands down.
Both like as Catwoman and as Selena. The acting, just like I was blown away. Like she's doing her own thing in this movie.
I have thoughts on this, but I'm going to keep them for later when it comes to who won the movie.
Okay, awesome. Anybody else got some really favorite scenes?
I mean, I could go all day.
The
really
problem
easy
is
to
like
do.
I rewatching this movie, I loved every fucking second of it. Like it was such a joy to watch this movie, and like honestly, every single time Danny DeVito was on screen, it was so fun. He is having so much fun, and that is like. That's such a joy as like an audience member. It's like when you know that the actor is just having a fucking blast, you're having just as much fun, if not more, you know? So bless his fucking heart and body.
His cold little flippy heart.
Yeah.
Not a scene necessarily, but just, seeing this movie, and we just saw Batman last week. But seeing this movie like just be an absolute Tim Burton movie.
Yes.
From like the aesthetic, the snowing, the haunting gothic sets that are all, you can tell they're all indoor, but it looks like it's a play. Like it's very like I love it, I dig it, and they're just being like, okay, they let Tim Burton do whatever the fuck he wanted here.
That was his stipulation for doing the movie.
I'm sure it was.
The only reason he did the movie is because they gave him creative control.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
And it worked.
Yeah, I would say so.
I do want to mention one thing. Just because I don't know when I'll be able to mention it at any other point.
This is time to do it.
And it's really silly, but it's the scene when they're both, Batman and Catwoman, they're both leaving to like go to I'm forgetting, like the tree lighting event.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're both in a hurry. Catwoman's in her car. She's searching for her handmade Catwoman suit, and then Batman is like in his closet, which is so bougie and so extra, and he's just like flipping through all. It's like the same outfit,
same way, yeah.
And there's like 20 of them, and he's just like, which one will I pick today, and which boots, and she's just like, fuck, like in her car speeding, like trying to find the remnants of like her one outfit.
So
and I loved that juxtaposition. I loved that so much, and just like the excess of Bruce Wayne and like who he is, and even that like. Well, hopefully I'll get a chance to talk about this further, but the fireplace.
Yeah, sure.
Which is huge.
Just really quick on that. I love that she like, because of the whole, the have not like sort of dichotomy that we got going on. I love that like when she gets a chance to get one of her claws back, she's like, oh my fucking god. Like you see the elation in her face. Like she's like, oh god. Yeah. Like I
have a few of these.
only got like 3 of these left. Like, yeah, I gotta put that one back on the glove. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, DIY, man.
The reveal of the Penguin down in his lair when Max goes down there, right? And dude, I lost it, with the whole I believe the word you're looking for is I fucking love that.
It's jumping ahead of it, but that's one of my band names.
Yeah. And then just Max's reaction is kind of our reaction, like what the fuck? That's crazy. Like what's this? That's the Penguin, man. I'm like so good.
Yeah, I just want to throw in a couple really fast and we can move on.
Get in there.
But Penguin meeting his fucking campaign PR team.
Oh, Jesus.
Just like, yes! So good. Just like, we can work with that. Yeah, no, absolutely. And then just like, oh man, like, I don't know if you can be in charge because, you've got like a busted nose. And he's like, I don't know, busted. And then just like leans in and just fucking bites his nose off, basically, almost. And like, oh god, so good.
He comes down like eating that fish. That is like a big memorable moment for me. If there's one memory I have of Danny DeVito as the Penguin, it was him just like raw dogging fucking fish. And I was like, what?
I also love that that's like a Shrek power move because he's like, hey man, I brought you lunch. Come on downstairs. And then it's like it's intentionally done so that he can look like a savage beast coming down in front of the PR team. So that way it's like, oh yeah, we're running this thing for the Penguin, but like Shrek's in charge. Come on. Like that thing? No, absolutely not.
One last thing that I really appreciated, because just I maybe I'll be the only one here at this table who feels this way, but just being a huge just like comic superhero Batman fan, right? First and foremost, the thing that I want to see when I see a Batman movie, right? It's I want it to be about Batman. I want to see Batman doing cool Batman shit.
Right.
I'm not looking for an art house film. I'm not looking for this or that. I'm looking for truly like a character like Batman, right? So I just really like that they probably changed something about his suit. He had more mobility, so there was a lot cooler fight scenes in this. Like I saw his movements were a lot more fluid. Not like perfect, but like
he was wearing Air Jordans instead of boots. They spray painted Air Jordans black.
Oh, okay.
So he was wearing basketball.
Yeah, it was definitely like a lot more mobility, so I appreciate that a lot. It wasn't as clunky and slow. So
yeah, I think they tried to drive up the action a little bit.
Yeah.
When on this rewatch, and I'm not, I didn't read the comic books growing up, and like I don't have as much as an attachment, but when on this rewatch, when the like bat signal went up and there's that shot of like Michael Keaton like there like with the bat signal and his little fucking beautiful pouty lips, I did scream out loud and I cheered and I was so stoked. I was like, yes, this is it, here he is.
Well, on to nitpicks then. I'll go first. I'm just blown away that we have a film with Christopher Walken, and he's not the strangest fucker.
Not even close.
His face is incredible, though. In this movie.
It's a weird young
it's
Walken.
A doll face.
The wig is strange as well.
And
he looks very Sleepy Hollow.
And his son also has the same like plastic surgery fake doll face.
Yes.
Chip.
Yeah.
Chip. Really quick on Chip.
Chip Shrek.
I just need to throw it out there. I fucking love how, and this is, not a nitpick, but Chip, the actor given direction to just do a Christopher Walken impression the whole time. So he's just like, yeah, Dad, we
pretend that's your father.
We need to go down, Dad. I understand. Kind of, and it's just like
I didn't pick up on that at all.
Oh, he's doing it the whole time.
He's trying hard.
Yeah, he's no one talks to my old man like that.
Oh my god!
Did not pick up on that.
Oh,
Chip is special. I'm glad he's in this movie.
Anybody else got any nitpicks or fixes?
I got one.
I got.
Oh shit! All right. Well, get ready, folks.
All right. I'll get mine out of the way really quick. There's too many Deus Ex Machinas. Like, as far as just like, hey, I don't know what's going on with this script. Fuck it. Like, let's just do something. Like, Batman is like, this is the most gadgety Batman, like, kind of get out of trouble thing where it's just like, he had time to record Penguin's evil plan while, like, trying to, not crash the Batmobile when it got taken over. And then Alfred hacking the Penguin's mind control, like, caps on the little penguins. And just, like, it's just one of those things where it's like, how's he going to get out of this one? Oh, Alfred's going to press a button real quick. And then we're chilling. We're hanging out.
There's also the notion that he had access to DVD-R technology where no one else did in the entire fucking planet. Like,
Exactly.
He's Bruce Wayne, Luke.
You're right. I get it. But this is like 1991, and barely anyone has seen a CD, let alone a fucking recordable CD. And he just throws one in there while he's fucking being driven around by the fucking machine.
And then Alfred gets to remix it. Like, that shit, like, could be a nitpick, but it's too funny. Like, just Alfred being like,
it's so good.
That is one of my nitpicks, because I was, to be honest, it was hard for me to find a nitpick, and I was like, I'm actually enjoying this, but this does not age well.
Anybody else got some more?
Before I go off?
Mine are really minor, because if anything, I can talk about how much things I love, and there are more things that I didn't talk about, but I'll just mention two, and they are nitpicks. Well, one is the random like native cosplay from like the white woman in the gang. Why? Why?
I don't remember that.
Probably just Tim Burton-y. Like, that's why, I'm not defending it. I'm just like, it's one of those things where he's like, that's weird, let's do it.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
It just doesn't age well. I'm just like, throw another clown in there.
Yeah.
We don't need that, And then
there is the tiny bit of representation of one of the muggers. I believe is Native American.
He's like Pacific Islander. I know which guy you're talking about. Pacific Islander, yeah.
But I know what you're saying. I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
I was just like, it was also weird to have that kind of representation.
Yeah, I don't know. It just felt a little bit off to me, in this day and age. I'm like,
It's also strange in the context of the Tim Burton like surreality like city where it is very moody and gothy and it does not feel real. It's like pseudo like 50s 60s like heightened and then all of a sudden you have somebody cosplaying as a Native American person.
Yeah.
Well, wait until we get into the who he picked to play Robin, who got cut from the movie.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's another interesting tidbit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I guess my only other nitpick is I didn't like when Batman took his mask off at the towards the end there.
Where he like rips it off.
Yeah, I kind of hated it a little bit. I wish he didn't do that.
What I hated is that the darks under his eyes disappeared.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Like, bro, you wear eyeliner. Just admit it.
Just admit it. You put it on. It's okay. You know, maybe it's a little charcoal, but like whatever.
All of a sudden it comes off with a mask and it's a clean Michael Keaton. It's like, no way,
and it
dude.
also, well, yeah, we'll get into this
Without a mask, he looks like a
later in my
raccoon.
hot takes, but
Yeah.
the
I
ripping
agree.
off the mask didn't work for me. Also, Michael Keaton, I love you. You're like the hottest Batman with the mask on. With it off, it's a different story, and I just keep it on. Sorry. Okay, go off, Javi.
Okay. So I love this movie. Okay. So these nitpicks, they don't ruin the movie for me, but they definitely they make me have to just kind of pat myself on the shoulder, give myself a little rub, and be like, hey, you like this movie? It's fine. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I like this movie. It's fine. But I do that a lot. So watching it this time around, one thing which is gonna sound really weird considering. One of the things that I said was that I liked about it, but the sexual tension is too much for me. But again, because of what I said, I was like, I want to watch a Batman movie, not Michelle Pfeiffer trying to seduce me for an hour and an hour and a half. 2 hours.
Come
Look,
on.
the rest of us are here trying to hang out. We're trying to fuck. All right, we're here to party.
And that's totally. It is part of Catwoman, in the comics. It's part of her character too.
Yeah.
But I just feel like it was way too much in this movie. Like they were like Tim Burton was like, "What's Oh, she's sultry," and okay, cool. Let's go with that times 100. So it's too much. It's too much for me.
I'm sorry, Javi. It was times 1,000. So I'm gonna have to correct you there, but continue.
I think what you see is a struggle between the studio and Tim Burton. Tim Burton did not want her to be just some sexual representation.
Okay.
The studio wanted more.
Okay.
For their obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, though.
Sure.
It's a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah. Again, I don't hate it, but I think just after a while, it kind of gets okay, we're still doing this.
Yeah.
Lost my place.
Yeah. Come back from that.
Also, kind of same thing that happened in the last Batman episode too. Batman just straight up 100% killing people like crazy. And again, I'm not, I get that, battering's can be lethal and stuff, but just straight up setting a guy on fire with his Batmobile was fucking crazy.
He just went to sleep. He's napping.
Giving a guy a pack of fucking dynamite and then just watching him explode is crazy.
I really like the leg sweepers.
Yeah. You're not walking for whatever 12 months or something. No, that's a minor one. I mean, I can get past it, but it's just funny where it's
It's just such a specialized thing of these can only apply in circumstances where you need to leg sweep as you're driving by every day.
Another thing that actually kind of really got me was, I don't know, a lot of people complained about Robert Pattinson's Batman being too slow. For me, this was too slow. And I clicked it and I was like, okay, 2 hours. I don't remember reading 2 hours, but okay. But the more I watched, I was like, Jesus, this is kind of going on forever.
Really?
Which is weird because Batman 89 was also 2 hours long. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, this one felt way, very slow. It was very slow burn.
I'm the exact flip.
Wow.
I was 89.
Yeah.
I paused it twice to be what we got left? Fuck. Okay. It's still a good movie, but I was like, all right, we're strapping in. I want to go to sleep, but let's go. This movie flew by the whole time. I was like, yes, more Penguin, more Catwoman. I was like, even less Batman. Let's cut him out. Fuck it. Like, he doesn't need to be in this movie.
Okay.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I was chilling. I had my popcorn. I had my soda and everything. Like, I was just chilling, hanging out. But it just, like, yeah, I don't know. It went by super slow for me. Like, I was like, let's cut, like, 30 minutes out of this fucking movie. Gosh, what else? So, this is totally a Tim Burton thing. But the Penguin Army, for me, they're cute as fuck. But, like... That's very goofy. It was just very, and it's a total Tim Burton thing to have like this super dark, creepy, like, you know, and then just throw in a random piece of like fucking goofy, like.
Listen,
like,
in real life, they'd fuck you up.
I'm sure
you
they
realize
would.
that, right?
I'm sure they would. I'm not
Those
Batman.
little
I'm sure.
adorable little penguins, they'd fuck you up.
I'm not Batman. I'm sure they would, but it just it
Emperors
looked.
in there too, like some big motherfuckers.
And I mean the animatronics were like great and stuff. When you know the animatronics and like the real penguins, like the very seamless transition between the two. So it wasn't that. It was just like it was just kind of like very like it was introduced very late. It was just like, oh yeah, by the way, like I have these mind control hats and they're like they have missiles. Like,
and they're so cute, and you hated them.
there was like no build up, no construction. It was just.
They were hanging out the whole time. What are you talking about? They were just chilling there with the clowns.
But they didn't have missiles and they didn't have. They were just hanging out, which I'm like, okay, yeah.
They weren't ready for
There's
battle.
penguins, like.
I just want to say I'm happy to be here right now. This is fun to watch the two sides of the table fight each other over this.
Well, it's about to get even more fun. I should have probably started off with this one, but this is a controversial one here. All of your guys' favorite scene is Miley's favorite scene. So Catwoman's transformation to me.
Get the fuck out of my house.
That was the part that I was like,
no longer
I had my
welcome.
hand on the button and I was like, can we like just go on? Because
Your least, I thought there was somebody named Miley who would really like the scene. Sorry,
I thought
misheard you there. So the ones you hated were the ones that we liked the most.
yeah, like that. There's, I don't know.
No, don't backpedal. It's all good. Let the bike coast
Like,
downhill.
Let it rip, brother. Let's hear what you have to say.
And maybe it's just like I don't know, but the explanation, or lack of like 100% no explanation
Don't need
for
it.
Catwoman.
Don't want it.
Like,
It's there.
it was just funny because I like remembered it a different way. So my wife was actually watching the movie with me, and she turned to me and was like, "Wait, what the fuck just happened?" And I was like, "See," and then I just paused for like 5 minutes and like, you know what? I'm not sure. I'll be honest. I'm not sure. And she's like, okay. You know, she like Googles it. Oh, there's no explanation. Like, okay, it just says like, you know, there is no magic from the cats. Like, okay, so the cats aren't
The
magical.
explanation is vibes, Hobby. Vibes.
Yeah.
Vibes.
Okay, I will be the great divide here.
shit.
I am going to agree with both of you. So yes,
Sure. Fuck off.
yes, this is
Don't let
stupid.
it happen.
This is like I was like, what? There's no like the cats didn't do anything, but also, ladies, I love that the cats didn't do anything. I love that she just was like, oh, there's some cats, and then she got up and just like went straight into it.
She's had enough. She's fed up.
That's what
She's
I'm
fucking done. She's ready to drink some milk, kick some fucking ass, and murder some motherfuckers. And
Why is she drinking milk? Why is she drinking milk?
Why not?
She needs
Scratched by the
sustenance.
cats. She could have just gone. She could have just, yeah.
What?
So she had a long day at work, so she does need.
She
to
drank milk?
She's the protein.
What?
She ate fucking birds?
Why is your issue the milk? Why is milk
Because
the
like,
issue?
because that's like a cat thing, right? So like, why?
It's not though, because you shouldn't actually feed your cat's milk.
Okay,
Wait,
I mean, don't get me wrong, I love milk.
No.
I love milk, but
Well,
I'm also.
interesting.
Yeah, that wouldn't be my first thought after getting thrown out of a building. You know, like I'm gonna go drink some fucking milk.
See, that would be my first. I'd be like, I need some protein.
I mean, maybe after watching this movie,
Quick
now it might be. You know, but
Sustenance. Get
My bones
put
have
the milk in my
weakened because
body.
I've been thrown 5 stories. I need to build
I
them
don't
back
know.
up.
For me, there's just something about it is a vibe thing, but there's just something about Michelle Pfeiffer chugging milk that just brings me life.
Oh, I was like half mast. I was there for it.
the literal 9 lives thing, like
I was so into it.
No, her counting
Yes.
down like 5, 6. You got 2 more,
It's a
3
bit.
more.
It's
I
a
was
bit
like,
cute.
come on, dog. Like,
I was so into it because I was just like, dude, I was like, I don't know. Well, Tim Burton, like, he takes like such zags with. I mean, maybe I'm just not super up on my like Batman lore, but I feel like he takes such zags with it where I'm just like, okay, like, what's that? Actual Penguin Man, you know?
Yeah.
And then it's like she's like an actual cat lady. was like, okay, I'm here for it.
Yeah, we gotta suspend our disbelief.
Yeah, so I'm like,
For this
because like
movie.
every other penguin I've ever seen, like is like, man, he's just a a little bit more rotund man who's kind of like a mob boss or like a criminal, and he's like, basically this like a weird little, Al Capone character.
Also, I feel like I have to come back to vibes, and I have to talk about talk about synergy with the universe. Javi, do you believe in love? Answer me.
We're now a wellness podcast.
The only good thing in her life is her cat. Literally. Like,
Truly.
she comes into this apartment that's
Honey,
been
I'm
like
home.
decorated like a fucking like feminine barf fest, and her mom's calling her, and she doesn't have a man and all of these problems, but the one good thing is she like loves her cat. And when she falls out of that building, she's pushed out of that building
Just pushed, yeah.
Push.
by a horrible man, and the thing that gives her power is the cats. And no, they don't necessarily do anything, but that's where she derives her power, and maybe that's all we really need to be superheroes in our everyday life, is power from the things we love.
Preach.
Yeah, and also without the cat's hobby, we wouldn't get one of the best lines in the whole movie, which is Danny DeVito lunking up the stairs and being like, I love it when there's pussy in my bed.
Just the pussy I was looking for.
Just the pussy I was looking for.
Creepy perv.
All I knew is that as a kid, if I let my cat eat my bloody fingers, I would turn into Catwoman.
Yeah.
How did it work out for you?
It didn't work. I'm sorry to say.
Bummer.
They were not very interested in bloody fingers.
And let me just be the first person to say too is I don't have an alternative. Okay, I have seen what happens when you try to explain the Catwoman backstory too, which is arguably worse. So I understand it on some level, but I also, you're also comparing. I don't know what the fuck his name was, whoever directed that movie, but to like Tim Burton and like Warner Brothers and like how do you you couldn't come up with like
something I can offer that might make sense to you. Bless you. Is that Tim Burton and his writer hated the comic books.
okay.
They took this IP and created their entire own fucking thing.
Okay. One last thing, super tiny. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. But again, because this movie is clearly or I think it is way fucking higher budget, because it just looks so much more amazing. No,
It's about the same.
is it?
Yeah.
Then the first one?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Maybe 10 more.
Okay. Full disclosure, I just bought a brand new television, which is fucking huge. So I was watching that. So when I first turned on the movie, I was like, whoa. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, wow, that's like a big
I watched it on TV and was blown away by the quality. It was like,
but so what I was getting at was that there was a couple scenes that I noticed that they used CGI as opposed to like the stop motion and the painting, the animation. So I noticed that. I picked up on that. I know that wasn't the TV. I know that was that was definitely I think the Batmobile getting covered in the armor, that was 100%. That was wow,
CGI.
that is 90 CGI.
Yeah.
And it looks so much better with the stop motion.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
And then even the establishing shots of Gotham City that in the old one or in the 89 one were paintings, they were canvas paintings, and in this one it's that's a CGI rendition of
sort of, except it was actually all miniatures.
What?
As far as my research goes.
The big faraway shots, not like town square, but
especially
really?
the faraway shots were
just looks terrible.
miniatures. I would check the frame rate on your new TV.
I mean, no, we'll look everything other than that looked great.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Sorry.
Yeah.
I do have room temperature seltzers for you.
Yeah. So that's all I got, man.
I do it with an ice.
Yeah. Cool.
Sorry,
Oh, not those.
we're interrupting.
And
This is going to be a fantastic podcast to listen to.
Oh, it's a great edit.
there's just some mumbling in the back.
So fucking drunk. I'm so sorry. I overdid the ciders pre-gaming.
You were over.
Javier met us when we were already drunk.
How you feeling, Javi? You got anything else to get off your chest?
Oh, I keep. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Yeah.
Anybody else got any nitpicks or things?
No, I had the one. How's that?
Yeah, no, I
didn't watch
don't
far
think
enough
so.
to have any this time.
I mean, I always have more positive things to say.
If you got some more, let's go.
Just one more thing. The funeral procession for Penguin was
Yeah.
really special to me.
So good.
Yeah, with the penguins bringing him into the water, I was like, I that was lovely.
That's
That
great.
truly was. It
Yeah.
was a nice end to a character that I very much enjoyed.
I will give them the credit that from the research I did, from what I read, Burton and his writer, I forget the name, which is bad of me as a host. Their interest in this movie was the characterizations, the plot. They could have thrown out. They could have thrown anything in there. They didn't care. They wanted a character study of everybody in this movie, and I love that the Penguin got so much. I love that Catwoman got so much.
Yeah,
I have some more things to say about Batman a little later, but
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, and those two are the most memorable characters to me, and still are. After this rewatch, I love both of them deeply. So, yeah,
Right on.
I'm all about a good character study.
We'll go on to our rainy day double pairing.
Oh no, I didn't do this.
What
You can go last.
Thank you.
what would you pick, Javi?
So again, just like I said, this was a total Tim Burton movie, and I fucking loved it. I said it before. I'm a huge Tim Burton dick writer, so I'll just get that out there. But this isn't Tim Burton at the top of his game.
How dare you, sir?
I'm sorry.
No, I'm fucking with you.
It's fine because I think most people agree actually about this. But so I want to see Sweeney Todd, Demon Barber of Fleet Street. Because that is Tim Burton at the top of his game.
That is not Tim Burton at the top of his game, but I'll give it to you.
I feel you,
Joanna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I
brings
watched
us
that
to
when
the
I was
end
a
of our
teenager.
podcast.
Well, nothing's going to harm you except for my opinions. So my double feature, I also went Tim Burton. I said Beetlejuice. I want to keep
nice.
the Burton vibe going, but I also want to keep the weird horniness, and let's throw Michael Keaton in there too.
Lauren,
Come back to
can you
me,
think of another one?
Luke, and then come back to us.
So for me, in my studies, I realized what was happening, and my rainy day double feature will be Nosferatu,
Like the OG.
the 1922,
Interesting.
because this entire movie was designed based on that.
Oh, yeah.
The
obviously.
actor who played the Dracula in Nosferatu, his name was Max Schreck.
Yeah.
So that's what I would revisit that again, as well as Tim Burton's short called Vincent,
Yeah.
which Christopher Walken's character was based on Vincent Price, and Vincent is have you seen it? I think you'd love it. It's about
So good.
just a dog, right? Or not, the boy and his little dog, Hero, maybe. But it's it's a claymation, and Vincent Price is narrating the entire thing.
Cool.
And they're very, very Tim Burton, very Vincent Price, very Nosferatu. That's the film nerd version of
Fuck yeah.
Rainy Day.
I love that.
Yeah, good choice.
Well, I'm just gonna. I didn't come up with one, but I did just recently rewatch the Joel Schumacher Batmans, and so I'm just gonna throw in.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna throw in Batman and Robin. It is not a movie. It's probably my
I say
least
go for it.
favorite,
No.
but Uma Thurman
Yeah, she
as
got the fucking
Poison
assignment.
Ivy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really got the assignment and reminds me a lot of Catwoman in this movie. I feel like those two have the right.
Oh, yeah.
It's weird how
vibes,
it's
and
not
they
about
should go
Batman or
together.
Robin. It's the
Yeah, it
other
really
characters
is.
in all
Yeah,
the other movies.
yeah.
Agree.
Yeah, wonderful. It's nice. Little
Very
double
good.
feature.
I dig it.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Nice.
We will do that someday.
Yeah. Well, we may as well just do it next week.
Yeah, I was like, no,
Do 'em all,
I'm actually
man.
gonna
Do 'em
cut this
all.
out,
Back
but
to back.
I think we should just move on to Forever after this and just keep it going.
Forever is so good.
I haven't
so
seen
good.
Forever in forever, so I'm into it.
On to this movie's cocktail.
Yeah, so we've been sipping on Selena's saucer. So for Selena's saucer, we've got 4 ounces of a black rice horchata, which did not turn out how I had hoped. But to make it, it's black wild rice, cinnamon, vanilla, milk, and sugar. I'm not going to tell you how to make horchata. I am not the right ethnicity to do so. You can look it up. But yeah, this did not turn out as dark as I had hoped it would. But anyways, 4 ounces of a black rice horchata, 1.5 ounces of white rum. Mix those together in a chilled glass and lap it up as you relish in your 9 limes.
Very nice. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, way too much cinnamon at the end.
No.
No, I don't think
No?
so.
Okay, cool. Maybe I jumped on the cinnamon grenade.
It may just be
really
stuck to
love
the bottom of my
cinnamon.
glass.
Yeah, see, it settled for you.
Yeah.
I am a lush, so I was just like, "Grr!" I just like threw it back, and I was like, there's too much.
Well, outstanding, Chuck. Thank you very much. And with that, we'll go to our first ad break.
Ad break number 1.
Yay!
I'm not drunk.
And we're back with everyone's favorite segment, Nostalgia Killers Trivia. It's time to find out if our guests are the cat's meow or if they don't know meow.
Perfect.
Thank you, Chuck. I'll take it from here. We'll go ahead and start with our first question, which is a lot of these are true or false, because I was very tired when I wrote this. True or false? Though Tim Burton had little interest in making this sequel, it more than doubled its opening box office.
True.
True. I'll jump on the bandwagon and say true.
False.
Fuck.
Sorry,
What?
everybody.
No, get the fuck out of here.
bitch.
That's no way.
Really?
It didn't double it, it met it.
Ah.
It just surpassed it by a couple million. The first Batman was
No
like
way.
47 million. This one made 48.
What?
Wow.
It broke records. It did break records, but just by a couple $1 million.
Can I ask what the budget was?
After I do some research, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Get back
No,
to me.
I don't believe it.
the entire thing, I believe, was 80. After there's actually dispute on how much it was. The studio says 50.
Okay.
Everyone who worked on the movie said there's no way it's got to be 80 because they built all these sets in all these studios, 13 different warehouses of studio sets,
Yeah.
like for real in real life. But and that's I think in the end it made over 200.
Okay.
Like after its entire 18-week run.
Sure.
It did disappoint. It didn't do as well as the original Batman because it didn't stay in theaters as long. But it didn't double it, which was my trick question in a way. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
being
it's
trans-
No,
just-
that's a
You
question.
know,
I
we're-
really thought it would have doubled it. I
Nobody
really thought
gets
it.
a card.
We all wanted it too.
I
So.
know. On to question number 2. I'm very drunk and this is very hard to read. Michelle Pfeiffer brought her A game and trained for 6 months in kickboxing and whip handling. True or false? She performed all of her own whip stunts.
True.
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 Everyone take a card.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
There's a very good clip, very accessible on YouTube, showing her actually whipping all of the mannequins in the shop.
Yeah.
Like
I've
to
seen that.
one take.
I wish
That's
you
why-
would have
Wow.
stopped there because I
hot.
thought you were gonna say she whipped all the man. She whipped all the men.
That's a different movie.
Yeah, that's, I mean, I didn't want this podcast to be 9 hours, but like that
I'll watch
fucking
it.
scene. Oh my God.
Everything she's in, every moment she has off the screen.
Tell the cops they're overpaid. I love her.
Yes. All right. Question number 3. True or false? Early development of the film had Marlon Wayans in the role of Robin.
That's true.
And though the character was cut, sorry, it's almost
It
true.
is. I do
true.
know that. I do know that. It's true.
I meant to word this differently. And though the role of Robin was cut, Marlon Wayans still receives residuals for the 2-movie deal he signed, just for the idea of being in this movie.
Really? Is that true?
True or false?
I want that to be true
I'm gonna
because
guess
I
it's
want
true.
him in my fantasy world. He saved up all those little, Batman Returns residual checks, and then he used that to make white chicks.
Right.
False.
False.
False. True.
Sure, true. Why not?
True. True.
True wins.
Hey!
Holy shit.
As speaking earlier, Tim Burton's idea for Robin was him to be African American. So why Marlon Wayans had the part.
Yeah.
But then they just there are later reports, I guess, from Tim Burton and the writer going, Robin is the most worthless character in the movie.
Well, who said that? Who said that?
Tim Burton and the writer.
damn it. I was going to be like, oh, wait, does that backtrack? And I was like, damn it.
I don't think it was because Wayans was in it. I think they were just trying to figure out the characters in the movie. Anyways, I thought that was interesting.
It is.
Question number 4, true or false? Michelle Pfeiffer put an actual live bird in her mouth for that stunt where she puts it in her mouth.
I want this to be true.
True.
I want
That
it to be
looked
true,
so
so I'm
good.
going to say true.
False. I'm going to go false.
Trues win.
Nice.
Trues take a
Fuck
card.
yeah, Michelle.
She later stated that she regretted doing that because
I
of
would
the
too.
Possible contamination or
Yeah.
whatever she may have gotten, but she did it in real life.
Animal rights
Yeah.
violations.
Maybe she was handed dummies,
It's just a bird.
but she thought they looked too fake, so it was her decision to actually do the live bird.
Yeah, I was like, that was a good cut if it wasn't, because it.
Yeah, no, she's fucking.
Had it in her mouth for a long time. It seems like.
Nope. So it's cuts.
It cuts.
It cuts. So
You're right.
if you watch it, and the penguin goes to the bed with
Okay.
the cat, and it cuts away and it cuts back, and then
Thank you.
she just has it in her mouth for a few seconds.
Okay, that's good.
And they actually trained the trainer
That makes me nervous.
trained the bird to get used to that, slowly, little bit by little.
I was like, how?
in his own mouth.
How?
Sure.
So it's
yeah,
like
that makes sense.
It was well treated. It wasn't. Yeah, it looked amazing though. I watching it again, I was going, "Fuck, that happened." I don't remember
I'm
that.
for sure gonna go home and
Yeah.
just rewatch that moment now.
Question number 5: true or false? Danny DeVito stayed in character between takes, frightening some of the crew members.
False.
True.
I really want this to be true, so I'm just gonna say true.
I'm going to say false.
Trues take it.
Damn it!
Danny DeVito spent 3 hours getting into makeup. Between takes, between scenes, did not get out of makeup, stayed in character.
Fuck yeah. Normally that would really piss me off, but I feel like in this case I support him 100%.
I can see that. Yeah.
I don't think he was cruel to people.
I don't think he would be.
I think he was just the penguin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want it to be false because I just wanted
Super
Danny
fun.
DeVito to be like, look, I'm going out for a smoke.
Yeah.
And he's just like, he's down at the corner store, just like, burning a pack of Luckies.
Well, that goes into
But that could be in
Well, that goes into one thing I
character.
didn't get into a trivia. The lockdown on this set was so heavy. Some photos got out of Danny DeVito's makeup before it got released, and they set like private investigators on to try to find out who released them.
God.
So
Can
this
you
whole movie
imagine?
was on lockdown. Like nobody knew what anyone looked like, all that stuff.
No.
But also interesting, I think. All right, question number 6. Which actor was considered for the Penguin before Danny DeVito? This is multiple choice. A. Marlon Brando.
Oh my god.
B. Bob Hoskins.
Holy shit.
C. John Candy. D. John Goodman.
Oh my god.
Bob Hoskins.
Marlon Brando, Bob Hoskins, John Candy, or John Goodman before Danny DeVito.
Bob Hoskins.
I'm just gonna go John Candy.
I'm also going Bob Hoskins.
Marlon Brando.
Oh god, I hope that's true.
Everybody's a winner. All of them.
Oh nice!
Everyone take a copy.
That's so funny.
This is 4 out of the 19 people that are listed,
Wow.
which is strange considering how well Danny DeVito did and how much he prepared to be the Penguin.
Well,
for his
he
audition.
is perfect.
Oh, yeah,
He's absolutely perfect.
He's the only one of that stature
yeah.
of all the people that are listed. Like that
Yeah.
are like I think he's like 5'2".
I think Bob Hoskins is kind of. He might be there.
Yeah.
I think he was taller, but yeah, a lot of people for some strange reason. But they nailed it with Mr. DeVito.
I almost feel like he was born to play this role. I know that's fucking crazy, but he's like, there's no one more perfect than him. No one.
I agree. Question number 7, true or false? Walken's Max Schreck was originally intended to be played by David Bowie.
Fuck
True or false?
off. I'm gonna say true. I want that to be true.
I'm going to say false.
I don't know. That doesn't sound like you could have made it up. But I mean,
I'm known for making shit
Yeah, I
up.
was gonna say, Luke
but you
hits
are,
us
but
with
you
a lot
are.
of lies when
You
he
are.
does trivia.
You are.
So
False. I'm gonna say false.
I'll say true.
The trues have it.
damn it!
Dang.
You and your track record, sir.
I know, right?
I just edited an episode where 80% of the things that came out of your mouth were bullshit.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine.
But what I was going to point to earlier was you talked about I'm not a man. I
Yeah.
am an animal. That was a quote from Elephant Man,
Yeah.
David Lynch. And the reason David Bowie didn't take this role was to go be in Twin Peaks.
Wow. Nice.
Good, right?
Yeah. Very good.
Question number 8. Oswald Cobblepot's parents appeared side by side in what previous Nostalgia Killers episode?
Oh, that's easy.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Pee-wee's Big
Yeah, Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Everyone take a card.
The best.
Yeah, it was Diane Salinger
Yeah.
with Paul Rubens
Yeah.
as the parents of the penguin.
Fucking perfect.
Question number 9. Which returning actor in this film has also been in the greatest movie of all time, Waterworld? Multiple choice. Paul Rubens, Sean Whalen, Christy Conway, Danny DeVito.
Sean Whalen.
Christy Conway.
No fucking idea. Never seen it.
What Hobby said.
Yes.
What Javi said wins.
No. Yeah.
Wait, what did I say? I'm just kidding.
Sean Whalen is the paper boy in this movie, and he's also got a big part
Yes.
in Waterworld.
Yeah. He's in a
You know
lot
who
of
he is too,
stuff.
right?
He's on a lot of stuff. He was in The People Under the Stairs. So good.
He was also in Cable Guy.
Oh.
Couple other movies we've done.
Yeah.
He's got 144 movie credits.
He's been in a lot. He's
Yeah.
been in a lot of cool shit.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He has a great career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. Question number 10. This is a good one.
Oh, this one is?
I don't know if it's a good one. It may be difficult. I think 2 people might get it really easily. Robin Williams was considered to play the role of the Riddler early on in this movie. What previous Nostalgia Killers episode featured Robin Williams, Danny DeVito, and the organ grinder clown,
Death to Smoochie.
Max Chiavelli?
Yeah, it's Death to Smoochie. I almost had, I didn't pick him for my, who is that Channing Tatum sort of thing.
Right.
But I almost had him as my Channing Tatum. But yeah, it's Death to Smoochie.
Everyone take a card.
Yay!
Yeah.
I never saw Venice!
That's right.
I feel like I don't deserve that card. Everyone got it.
That concludes this trivia. Let's count up our cards, everyone, and see who got. Oh, damn, Javi's got the
8.
fucking lion share
I
there.
have 4.
You did really good. You did a good job.
Thank you.
I've got 5. Hobby.
You have 8?
Yes.
Damn, Javi.
I have 9, but I don't
Oh my god. Taylor, out of the dark.
I don't know.
Wow.
I feel like Hobby won.
No, because I think almost everyone that I got, you got.
Yeah.
So there must have been
It was-
one
it was
that I
pretty
missed.
much you
There
two
was
that
It was
was
one
just
that I
me and
missed.
Chuck down here at the end of the table.
Yeah,
being
yeah.
like, Luke's fucking lying. There's no way.
Yeah, to be fair, I really enjoy trivia. I'm always really bad at it.
Usually I am too. I feel pretty good.
I think you broke my streak. I had like a 3 episode streak, I think.
We should do more.
Double check.
Good job, loser. Good job, Taylor.
Thanks.
No. Thank you all for playing this trivia round.
That was fun.
It was fun writing it.
Thank you.
Good job reading it. I know it was hard for you.
I cannot see my fucking phone.
We all got
So-
drinks before.
Yeah, those were all made up. You were just making shit up as you went. Couldn't read it.
Everyone's a winner.
And we take this moment to thank our executive producers. Thank you, Addie Martinez.
Addie.
As always, continuing the good fight.
Bless.
And if you too would like to be an executive producer and have your name shouted out on every episode of the podcast, you can help us out by giving us $15 a month on Patreon. The Nostalgia Killers podcast. Fuck yeah, man.
So you can do it when you're drunk, but not when you're sober.
We figured it out.
I'm okay with this. But thank you, Addie. Thank you to everyone who supports us. We have some gifts and stuff that are coming up, and some motor sounds.
Yeah, we got motorcycles.
And this is where we take our second ad break.
Yeah, I just want to quick
Friday
say
night.
thank you, Addie. You are our Max Shrek. You know, you run the business, you crunch the numbers, and you know, for everyone else that's
face
listening,
is beautiful and shiny.
I just want to let you know, we're not all cat women. We don't have 9 lives to leave. We only got 1 life to leave, and with that 1 life, you should subscribe to our Patreon.
YOLO.
Yeah. And then forget about it, as Addie has.
Yeah. You know, just let it be like one of those bills that, like, you know, you're like, why the fuck don't I have anything in my bank account? And you're like, oh, because I'm subscribed to, like, 19 streaming services. I'm, like, the Patreon of this stupid fucking podcast I don't listen to. I've got, like,
Thank you, Addie. I promise to get the episodes out on YouTube as soon as possible. Yeah, trying to get all that fixed. But thank you, everyone who has supported us. I know we may not get money from everyone, but we do get a lot of praise, and people who like the podcast tell us about it, and it's awesome. It's good to hear.
Yeah.
Good to know that people are liking it. We do this because I'm doing it because it's fucking fun.
Yeah.
I have a blast hanging out with all you guys. So
Yeah, likewise.
yeah,
Absolutely.
And with that, we'll take our second ad break.
Ad break number 2.
And we're back with Act 3, the award categories, where we always start off with my new band name, Taylor.
Me?
Let's listen to Javi's new band name.
Fuck.
Let's hear Taylor's new band name.
All right, listen. If you take my one idea, I swear to fuck. All right, listen. So this is the album title
Okay.
of a very popular pop group, all-female pop group called the Gutter Gals.
Ooh.
And the album title is What You Put in Your Toilet, I Place on My Mantle. Their number 1 hit single off that album is You Flush It, I Flaunt It. And I love them.
Nice.
Big fan.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Lauren?
The only idea I had is Hell Here.
Nice.
That's good.
Yep.
Yeah, no. The neon. Yeah.
Taylor, I'm going to alley-oop your idea.
Okay.
I am going to now make this. You hear this, listeners? I'm going to try, because I have too many band names, I'm going to now try and make that my thing. So,
Thank fucking
my
God.
band. So my band then, I'm just going to shift everything I got going on here. So my band is Only Lonely Man Beast. They're a synth pop group.
Mm-hmm.
The name of the album is now A Lot of Tape and a Little Patience.
Nice.
And it's only available on analog. So you can only get it on cassette.
Nice.
And their final song that they ever recorded was Difficulty with Duality because they always wanted to go solo.
Yeah. Tough. I think this should be the new format.
That's what I'm saying. I'm taking this as much like I always, take the quote-unquote, these are the topics and questions when it comes to the Sonic Death Monkey. I'm just going to, I'm going to do that to the bands now.
I had Gotham Horse, which is like a play on like the Trojan horse, right? The present in the beginning where they all pop out. It's a metal band.
Nice.
That's a Death Clock song.
Yeah.
I had Chubby Digits.
Oh.
It's a rap group. These chubby digits. Yeah. And then my last one was Genuine Freak, which is a new metal band.
Sure. Fuck yeah, it is.
I'm a genuine freak. You have to wear a mask.
I can see the font
Yeah.
for Genuine Freak.
Yeah. I can taste it, which is weird. I guess I would enter in as a runner-up animatronic penguins.
There you go.
Animatronic.
One of my favorite lines from the movie, as we discussed before, is when Max gets down to the penguin's lair, and Penguin's like, "I believe the word you're looking for. My band name is Good. And they're with their hit single, her safe word was backflipping away.
Yeah.
Every time Catwoman leaves the scene, she's backflipping away. It's just
Oh yeah, there's that one scene where like the three of them come together for the first time.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ, how many flips is this poor stunt woman gonna do? And it was like, they were like kind of like, all right, yeah, we get it. Okay, cool. Yeah, she's not here yet. She's still got 9 flips left. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Have you been watching the Olympics? That was definitely
Yeah.
an Olympian,
Yeah,
100%.
Look,
Yeah.
Simone
Great.
Biles
Look it
was
up.
not Catwoman. All right, let's.
I would just
She
be,
would make a great Catwoman.
She would make a great Catwoman.
Yeah, she'd be sick as Catwoman, honestly.
Yes,
That'd
done.
be dope.
It's done.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
doing it.
I would just like to say that doing backflips is an inefficient way of getting around. That's all.
But not if you're Simone.
Have you
Simone
tried,
Biles, so I
Luke?
feel like
If I tried, it would be like a more definitive. Yes, it'd be like, fuck yeah, this is hard.
Proving his point.
No, I'm gonna walk.
you also have to be cool, you know? You gotta back that in.
All right, on to our Roger Deakins Would Be Proud Award for cinematography.
I actually know this one.
Favorite shots. What do you got, Lauren?
I got basically the basket going in for the opening
Opening, yeah.
credits.
Yeah.
When it drops down and then goes down, it's little.
Fuck yeah.
Was it Moses? In the
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
was,
say.
I was
like,
afraid about that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking this time around. I was like, wait, I know that story now.
Yeah. So it's so beautifully shot and just very, yeah.
It's the opening credits. Like all the credits go by in that. That's
Also
It's
tells you
gorgeous
where-
camera work, and
Yeah.
I was also like, oh, where's it going?
I was gonna say, it tells you where like Burton's heart is, where it's just like, oh, we've made Penguin Moses like in this
Yeah.
movie, so like,
Yeah.
so he's the hero, right? Like that's like I'm supposed to root for the Penguin because like it's.
He's been cast out.
I was
man.
actually really rooting for the Penguin.
I was
started
too.
being a sexist little bitch.
Yeah, until
but-
he started, like
yeah.
most things that I love in life, until they eventually become sex pests.
Yeah,
I'm all about it.
yeah, for sure.
Which is all the markings of the best villains in film history.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, okay. Wait a minute, stop. Hold on. That's where we differ.
Yeah.
Dude, I had the Penguin rising out from the water and like the green blood like gushing like out of his mouth. That's so fucking. And it was funny because
Looks
like
so good.
I'll be honest, like that's basically at the end, and I was kind of like, man, I don't have a Roger D. And then that happened, and I was like, fuck yes, that is the most gorgeous thing I've seen. That's amazing.
and that was a Danny DeVito suggestion.
Hell yeah. He was the one that wanted slime.
Legendary.
The
dude.
I was like, what if I
stuff.
just yeah.
It's a combination of mouthwash and food coloring.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, it's
So good.
Probably the most grotesque and believable
Yeah,
like ick in the film.
yeah.
It's like all
See,
the,
and that was one thing that I didn't give a fuck about. I was like, I don't care why his blood is green or
Yeah.
blue. Like, it looks fucking great.
Yeah, Danny DeVito did everyone in this movie fucking all cylinders.
Killing it.
I had the push through the condemned zoo when we first like figure out where his lair is basically above because we're in the sewer and we're like, oh, he's a weird sewer man, and then it's like, why are there penguins? And it's like, oh, because he literally is like basically Gotham Central Park, like
Right.
yeah,
That's a very Tim Burton shot too.
exactly.
I put down, it's kind of taking the piss, but they somehow managed to get a camera below Danny DeVito to give him an upper hand.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not the real one though. But it's the German expressionism, all the shadows, everything throughout this entire film is
Very
all
cool.
Nosferatu, like
Yes.
from beginning to end.
Well, you mentioned like the whole like fucking like Nosferatu and stuff being like an inspiration. I was just like, the Penguin looks like fucking Dr. Caligari the
Yes.
whole movie.
Yeah.
Like I was just like,
Yeah, no, it is no accident.
Yeah.
It's it was all their intention. That's what they.
Yeah, there's like shadows where there definitely should not be shadows.
Yeah.
But it looks fucking great.
Yep.
I love it.
I never know like how to put things into this category, and I don't know if this really fits.
Yes.
But
Taylor,
thank you.
we love
Thank you.
everything you bring, so
Okay,
no
all
matter
right.
what.
Taylor, if it looks cool or
Okay.
sounds fun, then it counts.
Sick. So what I thought looked cool was pretty early on in the movie when Selena is getting harassed by her attacker and Batman comes in to save her. They have the Morticia lighting on him.
Yeah.
And that really stood out to me for some reason. Like, he looked so fucking sick. I was like, yes, like, this is it, you know? Like, it really, it did the job for me.
And it, like, does the job because it also, like, does the whole thing where it's like, he's the white knight.
Yes,
you know, like, it's like, oh,
100%.
here he is to save the day. Like,
Yes.
she's just a helpless woman. What can she do?
Yeah.
And then you get the character change, and it's like, all of a sudden...
And then she kind of has the more titillating, and he's kind of... But, at the beginning there, it really... it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, oh, shit, there's Batman. He looks good with that lighting.
I laughed my ass off this time when she takes the taser and shocks the guy that's already out.
It's so fucking funny.
That was good.
Yes.
That was good.
Fucking
So
Chekhov's
good.
taser. I love it.
What a character moment.
Yeah, and she comes back.
Oh, I love it.
There's one more I have to throw in there,
sure.
Yeah.
and just kind of sums up my attitude about this movie. But just like, so there's a shot where the Penguin, where he first pulls out his umbrella and he uses it to like fly up, and you kind of like follow, the camera follows him up, and it's one of those, like, again, I've said it a lot in this, but like, I can see what they're doing. Like, I'm like, oh, clearly there's like a rig right behind him on the wall, so he's just like literally up against the wall, and it's like pulling him up. But like, it's so fun. Like, I
It's so
love it. Like, it's just
fun.
like, I'm like, that's cool. Like, that was
Yeah.
a great way to do that. I know what you did, and I applaud you for it, because that's fucking great.
For sure.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
like,
on that note, way off topic, but like, how fucking fun is just Penguin in general, and also like how flamboyant he is with all of his like little umbrellas and all the different
so many
parasols and the shit that they
umbrellas.
do. I love a flamboyant villain.
That was like my highest runner-up band name was Oh No, the Cute One.
Yeah.
Because at the very end, he's like expecting to pull out like a machine
Yes.
gun, like parasol or something like that. And he's like, oh no, the cute one. And then he just like, Batman like fucking trounces him basically.
Solid.
Excellent joke. Yes.
There's also a shot, unsurprisingly, towards the beginning of the movie. I think it's basically like a like sweeping like zoom shot through the like Central Park
That's
area.
That was my
That's what
shot.
Chuck said.
That's what you said?
Yeah.
Wake
You
up,
could-
Lauren.
Also, Lauren, as your loving
Sorry,
husband.
I'm not listening.
As your hey, no one else is. It's okay.
The
As your
listeners,
loving,
you should be.
as your loving husband, you can have that shot because I got a backup shot. It's Catwoman framed in the Shrek logo when she first comes up as Catwoman, like, and puts her face perfectly in like the weird Felix the Cat knockoff.
Yeah.
Yes, that is so good.
Oh, it's getting nice, so sue me.
Excellent. I love all of those. Let's go on to, is that Channing Tatum in a dog collar?
I always fucking forget. Every single time I've seen this movie in my life, I always forget that Christopher Walken is Max Shrek.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, he pops up and I'm like, holy fuck, it's
Yeah.
Christopher. Oh, that's right. He's in Max Shrek.
Gorgeous,
He
gorgeous
caught me off,
eyes.
I like clapped. I was like in my bedroom alone. He caught me off guard. I was like, let's fucking go. Here we are.
I think I also clapped alone.
Winners, all of us.
I will say, not having seen this movie since I was a kid, the first person I see being Paul Rubens is such a fucking delight.
Yeah.
Made my night. Like, I was in. Love him. Perfect. Amazing. And Diane Salinger as well. Like, the two of them together, they're my pick for this. It might be a cop out, but that's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
I'm a rebel, Daddy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna take your Paul Rubens
Yeah.
and I'm gonna alley-oop that once again. I'm gonna go Jan Hooks
Yeah,
as
that's what I
Jen, the PR manager.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
she's Tina from Pee Wee.
Yes.
I'm like, and here we
right.
have
She's so
I forgot
good.
about that.
She's so good.
She's so good, and this is what we would call maize. And with maize, we get to make such lovely things called tortillas.
Yeah.
And just like, and this concludes the Alamo.
She's one of the greatest SNL performers of all time.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was very happy to see her in this as well.
Yeah, I put down Sean Whalen, but like Jan Hooks was like the number one. Like, wow, she's in this.
There were several actors
yeah.
in this movie. I just was too lazy to look them up. But whatever.
Well, that's the nature of this show.
Isn't that terrible?
Yeah, no, you're great. You're right on brand. Was there a Hans Gruber death fall?
Yeah, I gave it to the Max and Selena taser kiss. I was like, it's so fucking good. It's like, we're already past the point of disbelief with that. I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Like, she's got 9 lives. She's going to waste, like, life number 8 on, like, just frying him. So good.
He looks so good fried, too.
Yeah,
like, at the very end.
Yeah,
that was one of mine, for sure.
What I do like about that one specifically is that there is that kind of, like, even though you said we're past the point of disbelief, there is that kind of, like, well... is she actually going to survive this? Because, like, those bullets, I mean, like I said earlier, she was counting, but I'm like, well, you don't die, like, immediately, right? I mean, so there's kind of that kind of, like, wait, is she going to survive the electrocution? And then, spoiler alert, she does. And you're like, she did have that extra life.
Spoiler alert.
This is the result of test audiences. But the very final shot of her showing, it's not actually her.
That was added on.
That was added on.
Oh, she died.
Because test audiences didn't want her to have passed. So
of course not.
Yeah.
But also, like, I feel like that fucks things up because, like, I love, like, the ambiguity of, like...
I would have
because you see the because, like, it's like find the cat, and then it's, like, kind of like, well, why is the cat right here? Da-da-da. Like, that kind of, it, like, leaves it kind of like, oh, maybe she is alive.
It is very tacked on, too. Very,
it feels very tacked on.
Yeah, I just had the penguin's death, too. I know you guys mentioned it in a scene earlier, but... him getting carried down into the water by the penguins, like
perfect.
Yeah, and he's just going, I need a glass of ice water.
Yeah,
he's like choking up his fucking NyQuil blood, like so good.
I'm really happy you said that because that's the one. Really.
On to why I like Waterworld. Controversial hot take. You don't have to like Waterworld, but I'm just asking for a controversial hot take.
Yeah, I don't think it's a hot take, but like the whole, you know, like Die Hard's a Christmas movie, like that whole thing is like, yeah, dude, like, sure. This movie's a fucking Christmas movie.
This is a Christmas
This is officially canon in the Starzenski Heney household as a Christmas movie. We're gonna watch it every year now.
The joy I feel about that. That was like one of the first things I wrote down. I was like, oh my god, this is a Christmas movie, and that's so exciting. Like, I can't wait to add this to my list as well.
It starts Christmas and it ends Christmas.
Yes, yes, it's very much a Christmas movie.
Oh, it's like the most Christmas.
It really is. It's amazing.
I like that.
My controversial hot take, which might not be controversial, is this is top 3 Tim Burton.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'd have to think about that.
Yeah, I might be with you. Like, one of my top 3 is like, that's a Henry Selick movie. That ain't even a fucking Tim Burton.
It'd be very difficult to argue against that, I would say.
Because I would say Beetlejuice, this, and Edward Scissorhands.
Sure. Ooh, see, Pee-wee's Big Adventure is like gotta be in top 3. If it's not there, then what are we even doing?
Yeah. I don't have attachment to Pee-wee.
Wow.
Oh.
But without Pee-wee, we don't get this. Like, we just don't. I'm sorry. Yeah. There is a certain amount of comedy and camp that you do not get in this movie without Pee-wee. You just don't. And that is a privilege that you get to enjoy.
Thank you so much. And this is still my top 3.
Good.
Because when we started watching this the other night, my biggest, like, the thing that washed over me the most was just like, oh, the mood, the camp, the vibe, all of these things. Mm-hmm. And I realized that I have said vibe in this episode probably more than I have ever said in my entire life.
It's a vibe, you know?
It is.
It is truly a vibe.
Like, I don't even, like, know what you're, like talking about, like. Because, like, I, like, don't ever repeat any, like, word of any kind.
How dare.
At least I'm, like, self-aware.
No, that was a dig at myself, Taylor. Like, as someone who edits this podcast... all I say is like.
That's all I say. That's all anyone says. What are you talking about?
The other thing I say is, and it's you know.
We are all from.
And then I never finish the goddamn thought, and I get so mad because I'm like, bro, this is where you're making your hot take, and your hot take is it's like you know.
As I was saying.
Yeah, I didn't even know what you were saying.
Please continue.
The set and the energy and the mood that was created, like, straight off the bat, hit me like a fucking wave, basically.
Yeah.
And it's so fun because you are literally
wrapped in this world, and I think that's why I like this movie so much, because there are different versions of Gotham City that you get with every director, basically. And this one felt so distinct and personal and fun and dark, funny.
Yeah.
All of the things. And that's why I like the movie so much, I think.
Yeah, I would agree wholeheartedly that the world building is on par with Scissorhands.
Yeah, 100%.
And
Beetlejuice,
for sure. Like the world they had to make.
Hey, knock it off.
Stop fucking around, okay? Like, you can't say it.
That's not fun. So after I finished the movie, I had to have myself a Batman brooding moment where the light was hitting me just right. You know, I sat there with the poutiest lips I could, and you know, I'll never be Michael Keaton, so my lips weren't, you know, they're not that pouty, and that's okay. I still love myself, but I tried, you know.
There's home remedies for that.
It just doesn't look natural, doesn't look good. Like I said, that's okay. I still love myself, but I tried, and I really just sat there thinking, and I was like, you know what? And it's not a hot take because I checked online, and at least critics agree with me. I was like, I like Batman '89 better. It's the better movie, and which is weird because even though it's less Tim Burton, which I love Tim Burton, but I was like, I had a better time watching '89. And just to clarify, across the board, all the ratings are, it's literally just it's a 1 point off. Like it's like 89, Batman is like a 69, and then Returns is like a 68. Whoa. Or it's like a, you know, whatever, 80%, and then it's like a 79%. So it's just off by
small margin.
Yeah. But I sat there, I was like, you know what? Because we just saw 89 so recently, right? Or last week, or you know, when we did the podcast, I was like, it was fresh enough in my mind that I was able to think and be like, you know what? I had a funner time watching 89. I think I liked 89 better, which before going into both of these films, if you had asked me, hey, which one do you think you like better? I think I would have said Returns.
Yeah.
But I guess it's not the case.
We asked you to bring a hot take, and you didn't fail. So, good job, Ben.
Oh, were we in hot takes? I forgot where we were.
That's okay. It's your turn. It's all good.
That's
It's my turn.
If you'd like.
Luke can go. Luke hasn't gone, right?
You can attest. I wrote nothing down for my hot take.
There's nothing there.
There's nothing written in my notebook.
She has hot take written down, and then there is nothing following.
But fuck it, I'm gonna give one anyways, motherfuckers. I don't even think this is a hot take. Batman should just leave Catwoman alone, man. Like, let her do her thing. Let her murder some people. Like, she deserves it. Like, fuck off with your morality, Batman. Leave her alone. Let her do her shit.
I don't think he's upset with her morality. I think he just wants to be with her.
Either way, man, he's not going about it correctly.
No, you know? This movie does make him look foolish.
Yeah, for sure.
On that side, for sure.
Let her be. Let her do her shit.
Sure. Yeah.
That's it. That's my hot take.
I can agree with that. Yeah. Mine is I love Halle Berry. I love everything she's done for the most part, but I wish the Catwoman movie we got was the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman.
Yeah.
And treated with the same tone and you know, not ridiculous as the movie did come out, because it could have done Catwoman 2 and 3 and 4. You could have carried on easily with the things she was dealing with.
Dude, the early 2000s were just a fucking
They're just
mess.
rough.
They were rough.
Bad.
Even I have to agree, that's
Bad
not
time.
a hot take, man. That would have been so much better.
Yeah,
so
I had a hard time. I had a difficult time doing anything to talk down to this movie. Onto our Blue Velvet meets Blue's Clues. What film would you mash up with this one?
Taylor, you're up. Go first.
So I know one of the first things I said was that I wanted all my Batman movies to be like Batman movies. But just like I said on Batman '89, I'm going to go fucking way the fuck out there and be like, I want Batman Returns meets Sweeney Todd.
Fuck yes, let's go.
Because I said, like, this movie, like, you can tell, like, you know, the sets, like, it's very stage-like, which is fucking great. I love it. So I'm like, just fucking go with it, dude. Let's make this dramatic, musical, like, you know, give Penguin his fucking lament song, and, like, give Catwoman her fun little fucking number.
Are we making this a musical?
Dude, yes,
also,
absolutely.
I'm sorry, Hobby. She gets a fun number, of course, but more importantly, she gets Selena's Sonata.
Yeah, dude, they just like that. Yeah, I want to see that 100%.
I'm for this.
I'm so glad you guys
I would love
Yeah.
to see this. I'm with you 1,000%. Yeah, I don't even like musicals. I'm down.
Yeah.
I only like musicals when they're intentionally just like, holy fuck, this should not be a musical. That's when I like musicals. Like when it's just like, oh, we took like a weird IP and we made music for it. I'm like all for it because it literally is just like some coked out dude like in his bedroom just like, all right, fuck, okay, 90s comedy turned Tony Award winner. All right, here we go. We got this. We got this. And then it's just like the most dumb shit coming out of like every character's mouth. I'm all for it.
I don't think I understand this question.
So there's
but
you can choose to elevate this or demolish this by giving this turning this into a different movie, giving it to a different director, different characters.
I have an idea, and let me know if this
No,
works.
that's
Sure.
It does. It does.
Because
does.
thank you. You're so encouraging.
Yes, and.
Yes, and
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
So as I was watching this lovely Tim Burton film, I really did very much enjoy it. There was something about it that made me think of John Waters.
Yes.
And I feel like if John Waters and Tim Burton were to co-direct this
Yes.
movie, it could be a little bit more dirty, a little bit more camp, a little bit more gay, and I would really like that.
That is what's missing in my life is John Waters making a superhero movie.
Yeah.
Like John Waters,
Yeah.
just like having, oh God, like I can't even fucking articulate. I'm too excited.
Well, that kind of leads
Yeah.
into mine,
Okay.
which is I wrote down give it to Dupuis
Oh, yeah.
or make Greasy Strangler one of the villains.
Yeah.
Yes.
Put it in that world.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
I'd love to see what Dupuis would make with yeah.
That would be
Sir.
fun.
Can you imagine the soundtrack?
Fuck yeah. Oh yeah. It's like
The
yeah.
Batman soundtrack into that like twangy like
And like, sir, I cannot save you. You are a villain. And just like the weird, like just kind of like fourth wall breaking kind of like,
Yes.
this goes against my creed.
That's me.
Yeah, mine was weak. I had Batman Returns meets Spider-Man 3.
Whoa.
So I was like, dude, just give Burton Spider-Man 3 because he would play up Venom and Sandman way more.
Yeah.
And fucking Burton leaning way into like the weird, shitty, like semi-emo goth fucking Peter Parker we get. It's like, no. It's like he is all of a sudden just Edward Scissorhands Spider-Man, basically. Like, he's like, no one understands my torment. And then the fucking, like, symbiote suit, like, that's just officially a character. Like, that's just, like, a full-on, like, weird, like, stop-motion-y kind of thing that happens to Tobey Maguire. Yeah.
Okay, I see it now.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, just do it. Like, just, like, let's have, like, fucking, you know, Venom just have his whole, like, 20-minute fucking scene for no reason, and then we come back and we're like, oh, that's right, Tobey Maguire's in this. And then he's just like, I don't know what's going on with Mary Jane. I'm upset. And then, yeah.
I would say just let like OG 90s Tim Burton take a crack at any Marvel IP.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see a version of that.
Yeah. Here comes Kanye. Uh-oh. And we got any pluggables?
Yeah. I got 52 of them. In fact, I've got 52 times like about 1,000. We got decks for sale, people. We got cards, not skateboards, but soon. Then we'll have that other deck soon.
Oh,
but
that's
yeah,
a good idea.
we've got. I know, right? Tony Hawk, please sponsor us. But no, we've got cards on cards on cards. And, you know, those that invested in the Indiegogo, we've got your back. But for everyone else, yeah, come on, buy a deck of cards.
Yeah.
They're beautiful. They shuffle very well.
They do.
Thank you,
As
Taylor.
a person who loves to shuffle cards, I enjoyed it.
I love the enthusiasm. These are not yet available for sale.
Okay, well,
Okay.
asterisk,
I have-
soon.
Soon, very soon.
Maybe by the time the podcast comes out,
Yeah.
they will.
Well, maybe.
If anyone wants some
They're-
ASMR of me shuffling cards, let me know.
Oh,
I'll do it.
Patreon exclusive. Hey, perverts, we've got you.
She does it with her feet.
Oh, God. I'm not prepared for that, audience. I'll do anything for the podcast.
Luke also shuffles with his feet.
See if you can tell the difference.
Yeah.
I'll call Julia right now. She'll do even more.
Julia, yes. Julia, she won't. She knows people.
Yeah, I know. She won't actually. The problem is they will call her.
Yeah. My only pluggable is if you like movies and like the arts, go support live arts in your area. Go see a local play.
Yeah.
It might be shitty, but you'll probably have fun.
Just get drunk and see it.
Yeah.
It might be great, and it might be directed by Lauren Heney.
Yeah.
And starring
Who knows?
Taylor Diffenderfer.
Could be.
Thank you. Yes, that's. I would agree wholeheartedly. Every show I've been to has been like I've been blown away. First of all, by like the performances, and like the people doing that. Not just like for me, but like all the other 6 days that I'm not there. Like, sweet Jesus, what's the stamina? What drugs are you on?
Listen, theater is one of the oldest art forms ever, and it is a beautiful thing to witness, and everyone should go see a theater production.
Anything and everything around you, please.
Community. It's important.
Yeah.
Art is important. Supporting art is all we fucking have in this late stage capitalist fucked up society. So go see some art, motherfuckers.
If you like art globally, you need to support art locally.
Yeah, bitch.
Very nice.
I just went to a city seminar on this past Thursday. So,
I'll still attribute that to you.
Thanks.
Thank you all very much. We'll go on to do we call Jules and Vincent?
Absolutely not. We let this live.
Oh yeah, I'm letting her live. Javi, don't fucking disappoint, man.
Drum roll, please. And I'm gonna let it live.
Yeah.
But with the caveat that, like, I think this is the first one where I truly have to say it's purely for nostalgic reasons.
No.
I just, again, I was watching this movie. There's a lot of stuff that I was like, meh. But I loved it. End of the day, I was like, this is a fucking great movie. Like, am I gonna watch it again? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you are.
And I mean, I own the fucking movie. Like I said, it looks great on my new TV.
You also own the Dark Tower.
I think you'd be surprised. I think if this movie came out now, you would be.
I would still recommend it to people.
Yeah.
I would say. Yeah. And if I watch, if I watch Batman '89, I'll probably be like, let's throw on Returns too. Like, I'm gonna let it live.
Said it once,
That's
said
good
it
to
1,000 times. Get out of my fucking house.
Yeah, she was, baby. I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate the maybe you don't like it as much as something else. It's totally fine. But this one for me, it's gonna live. Like I said, I watched this a couple weeks ago when I was stuck in a hotel room, and I watched them back to back, and I was just blown away by how much I'd either forgotten or didn't notice my first times around, and wow, it's living. It's gonna live forever.
Yeah.
These are amazing.
Yeah, I love this one.
These are high on my list of all Batman movies.
Oh yeah, honestly, if I'm re-ranking, fucking Returns might be my favorite Batman movie.
Wow.
Like Returns, Dark Knight, and then we'll see what happens after that.
This might be my favorite one.
Whoa.
Yeah.
As far as
I have to rewatch '89 though. It's been
as far as acting
That's my
goes
next movie.
and like the amount of talent on screen, I would say this is my favorite one too.
Yeah.
I love
Javi, what do you think? What's your favorite Batman movie?
and on to our Sonic Death Monkey top 5.
Yeah, Sonic Death Monkey.
And we're on to our Sonic Death Monkey top 5, where we're going to list our personal list for top 5 all-time movies where the supporting actors, absolutely devouring the scenery, possibly overtaking the main actor. Who would like to go first?
I will go first with my most basic answer.
Okay.
Anthony Hopkins in Silence of the Lambs.
Oh.
That's fair. That is fair.
Totally fair.
True.
Yeah.
I believe the record, not the record, but like the stats where he was on camera for like 5 minutes total in the movie.
No,
something like that.
15. The only
15.
the person that beats him. And I'm sorry for just
Dame
fucking
Judi
sidelining.
Dench.
I was gonna say fucking Alec Baldwin for Glengarry Glen Ross.
Glengarry.
He's literally in the watch speech, and he's like literally in the movie for 5 minutes, and that got him a fucking Oscar.
Fucking stupid Shakespeare in Love with Dame Judi Dench. She won Best Actress for a role that she appeared in like no less than like fucking 7 or 8 minutes of that movie. I think is the smallest amount of time.
Nice.
Well, that's the whole idea behind the Sonic Death Monkey top 5. So yeah,
There you
good
go.
one. Very good one.
We figured it out.
I just changed one of mine on
You can't do that.
off the top of my head.
Go for
I'm
it.
just gonna go. I'm just gonna
Go
go.
for it.
You know, this is I put very little thought into this. So
You put little thought into this. I made this list while we were recording the
She didn't even watch
podcast.
the movie.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to start off with the 2 movies I've actually done with you guys on this podcast
Okay.
that I think fit. And that's Detroit Rock City, because my cop-out for this, if I couldn't think of any other movie, is every movie Lynn Shay has ever done.
Yes, I agree. Totally agree.
Everything she's done, she overshadows fucking everyone.
Yeah.
She is amazing. She is perfect.
She is the Kingpin.
Yeah.
When I watch Kingpin,
Yes.
she is the
oh
Kingpin.
my God.
movie.
As a landlady, she is perfect. Yes, absolutely. But I feel like in Detroit Rock City, her as the mom is just like so iconic.
Yes.
But yeah, she's perfect. So really, it's
very good.
Detroit Rock City, but really Lynn Shay as a whole.
Yeah,
As a
very good.
character actor, bless her. I praise her every day. And then I'm going to also say, I don't know if this works, but like Saved, because Mandy Moore really just steals the goddamn show, that whole movie. I mean,
Yeah.
she is that movie.
Yeah.
She's so good.
Just put in the effort for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh God.
We do a round robin if you want to.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, we switched it up. You haven't been on the show in a minute. We do a round
Oh, I'm
robin.
so
Yeah,
sorry.
no,
okay,
it's
I
fine.
did. I
Just
did
don't wanna
too.
blow your load
so,
on the-
yeah,
Hey, Luke, I
that's
got 2
great.
words for you. Editing magic.
Yeah, keep going. Okay.
I got 2 words for you. Hungover.
Okay.
I'll hold off on
You're
my
fine,
other
Taylor.
three.
You're fine.
You're
You're
fine.
totally fine. It's not a thing. Like, I was just letting you know before you like went through all your lists.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
actually
no,
stood
I'll
around the
pause.
table.
I'll pause. I'm ready for the next. Okay.
Chuck or Javi?
Yeah, my number 5, easy peasy. I've got Jason Momoa as Dante Reyes from Fast X, aka Fast and the Furious 10.
I'll have to take your word for
This
it.
motherfucker understood the assignment. He is this like non-binary they-them god that just like he's the ultimate villain in the Fast and the Furious universe, which kind of makes unfortunate sense that he's the villain. Because he is just like this weird fucking fingernail painted, just scenery chewing, like they shoehorn him in, like his character is literally just like, oh yeah, by the way, you know how you saw the 5th movie? I was like totally in it. And you're like, no, you're not. And then they fucking like CGI, like fucking rotoscope him into the movie. Like it's fucking amazing. And he's just the whole like fucking I could go 6 hours on like that character. He is so good.
Do you want to read what that says?
The Rock in the Fast and the Furious franchise.
Not far off.
Not far off, but I mean that's coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the same character. You get to have that.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I've got others.
Could be the same.
I know, I'm just saying, like, we're playing fucking the Newlywed Game. Guess what?
We're
Winning.
married, baby.
We're married.
For now, my number 5, and it might surprise you guys that it's not higher up on my list, but for my number 5, I had Christoph Waltz in Inglourious Bastards.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's my number
Very
5.
Yeah, sweet. Because he just, dude, he fucking, the moment he shows up, he kills it.
He is-
The only reason he's so down low is because, I mean, there's so much other star power in this that I feel like if you take him out, I mean, it's not going to be as good, but you still have, like, a movie. You know, if you could find another actor that speaks 5 languages and fucking has charisma, you know, like, it can still, you know, he's not, like, the character. It's not his movie. But
he
fucking kills it,
He
yeah.
overpowers
He makes it.
everybody.
It's amazing.
So, like,
Yeah. So I had the same. So Taylor, what's your next one?
Oh my God. Well, I didn't do this in order.
well, she
guys.
said her 4, didn't she? So
I
should we
did.
skip her then?
Yeah, skip me.
Do you wanna
Fucking
go to
move
Laura
on.
again?
All right.
Mine is Mark Wahlberg in The Departed.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Fucking.
I
Is
don't know
your
if he
Shakespeare.
overshadows. I don't know if he overshadows anybody, but I do appreciate him. In
It's a powerful presence.
It's a good one.
And I care passionately about this movie, and I cannot wait to do it at the podcast.
Sure, for sure. For me, that movie is about everyone's playing like who's more Boston than anybody else, but you're fucking dead on right that Wahlberg's like fighting
He's the
for
most
it.
Boston.
Yeah.
Luke, are you gonna fucking chop me up and feed me to the poor?
He's the most Boston.
Your mother.
Like I don't think anybody else in the movie is actually from Boston.
Yeah.
But Wahlberg's in there like, yeah, this is my territory.
Just chopping it up.
Yeah,
Killing it.
you're right.
He
You're-
is-
you're-
It's a
poor.
good one.
You're
That's a
dead
good
on
one.
He
right.
is
Yeah.
chopping
Yep.
it up.
That was my first one, by the way. The first thing that I.
Oh. Well, we're all out of order here, so.
Yeah.
Chuck, what's your next one?
Okay, my number 4 is Chris Hemsworth as Dr. Dementis in Furiosa. He's the best part of that whole fucking movie. He is just so fucking not in the same movie that like every time he's on screen, I'm like, what is actually happening?
Right.
Yeah.
He is so charismatic and funny, unlike the rest of that movie. That movie, you know, I've sat with it for a hot second. That movie is Chris Hemsworth and then like 2 cool like fucking action set pieces basically. Like, you don't have to see it.
I have to agree with you. He makes that movie
haven't seen it yet.
1,000%.
It's on my list,
He's
but-
great.
My number 4, I actually had an indirect tag team combo, okay, and it's not it's allowed, okay, because it has to be.
He's making up his own rules.
It has to be. It's allowed. So for my number 4, I have Sean William Scott and Eugene Levy
Hell
in
yeah.
American Pie.
They're not are they even in a scene together?
No, but they both like
Those are the two
yeah.
that make that
every
movie.
film that came after that was like, hey, let's
It's
put
their
more.
movie.
Let's like, how can we throw more Sean William Scott, more Eugene Levy, all the spin-offs and like prequel, all that stuff. Like it's either Jim's dad shows up, or it's they had to like stretch it out and be like, oh, like Stifler's like second cousin twice removed, just because everyone's like, oh, I love Stifler, so this person's gonna do a great job, and just they kill it, dude. They
Yeah.
kill it.
So true.
You know why? 'Cause fucking Jason Biggs didn't go to Second City. That's why.
My number 4 is Amy Adams, The Master.
Ooh,
I
yes.
have not seen the fucking Master. I need to see the
It's been
Master.
so long. I can't.
I have a
remember.
friend
I haven't seen it either.
that I'm going to shout out right now. Corey, if you're listening, thank you for listening. Also, I hope number go up, not number go down for you.
Corey doesn't listen to this.
Come on.
I think he does, maybe.
How are you?
I talk to him every week. He
Oh, he doesn't? Oh, okay. Well, Corey, you should listen to this.
Corey, fuck you.
He's not listening. It's okay.
Go die.
Yeah. Well, Corey fucking loves The Master, and he's always mad that I haven't seen The Master, and I have not seen The Master.
It's always like at this. What?
That's Corey.
Let's watch the master.
Thank you for doing that one. I will defend that movie. I will defend that movie.
Well, here's the thing: is you got Joaquin Phoenix, Philip Seymour Hoffman, 2 titans of acting, and Amy Adams in between them throughout the entire film, dominating both of them.
Yep.
It's the Amy Adams show,
Period.
and I fucking love it.
How many are there?
We're on 3. We're on 3.
We're on
right now.
3, though.
So
Five.
do I have 3 left then?
Yes.
All right. This is going to be weird. Everything's going to be weird from here on out.
Fuck yeah.
Well, not weird.
here on out.
I'm going to go with weird and then I'm going to go with old afterwards. So let's start with weird. And that's a movie that I watched recently by the name of Twister, but not the movie you're thinking of. It is not.
What?
It is not the Helen
okay.
Paxton
Not a tornado movie.
Twister. It is by the same name, made in 1989, and it is a weird movie that stars several people. Dean Stanton's in this movie, and also Crispin Glover is in this movie.
Fuck yes.
And Crispin Glover is a small role, but his role really makes this movie. And he is being the most Crispin Glover he has ever been in his life.
Clowny clowning out.
Oh my God. From the beginning to the end, it only gets better and better and better. Bless him. Yeah.
I have
Crispin
a
Glover.
rhetorical question. Is this on Tubi?
It is. You can. I don't know how I watched this. I think
Okay.
I may have watched it on like Amazon. Fuck them.
Damn
But
it.
like,
I was like,
you can find this movie. This is not a hard movie to find. I would be
This is a
shocked.
YouTube.
I would be shocked if this was a hard movie to find. Yeah. Is
Roku,
that-
Tube.
Yeah.
yeah, it's on all of
We
them.
can you can find it.
Free,
It's
yeah.
it's a weird one. You know, William S. Burroughs makes an appearance.
It's an interesting. I would recommend it, but it's not like it's a weird one to recommend. Anyways, yeah, Crispin Glover for obvious reasons.
Sure.
Yeah.
That explains what he was doing instead of the Back to the Future
All
sequel.
of this should have just been Crispin Glover.
Honestly, I could have made a list of just Crispin Glover movies, and that's the one that I picked.
My next one, I don't know if it counts necessarily, because I'm not sure if this character counts as a leading role, but I think it's a secondary character. So I'm going with Brendan Gleeson in Bruges.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
I just love that
Absolutely.
movie.
I know.
Like you could.
No, I thought of that movie as well, and I was like, does this count? Because
he's there a lot of the time, but the story is centered around Colin Farrell's character.
Yeah.
But Brendan Gleeson definitely is like the heart and soul of the movie.
Yeah.
couldn't agree more.
And this is a fantastic movie.
I would argue it's very similar in Banshees
Yeah.
of Inisherin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
It's good.
Don't tell her it's good. Don't tell her anything. She doesn't want to hear that.
No worries.
I
know it's
retract
good. I
everything
know.
I've said about that.
It's a fantastic movie, and
Yeah.
this is
I love
an
Bruges.
incredible performance, and among many great performances, but I think, he's stealing it.
Yeah, I would agree. It's the Brendan Gleeson show.
So, comedy rule of 3, and we're on number 3. I'm officially alley-ooping Taylor for the last time. She brought up Crispin Glover. I'm taking fucking Crispin Glover in Friday the 13th, the final chapter. He is the best part of that goddamn movie. Like, legit, like, the first time I saw that movie, I was like, Crispin Glover is in? Like, I didn't even see him on screen. I saw his name in the credits, and I literally did, like, I shook my fist. This is an audio podcast. I'm shaking my fist right now. I'm like, nee! I was like, oh my God, he is so good.
He's so fun. His dance moves.
Yeah, his dance moves. Never have I wanted another character to get pussy more in a movie. I'm like, please, for the love of God, let one of the twins sleep with Crispin Glover. Don't let him die before that happens. For the love of God, let him get laid.
Oh, thank you so much.
For my number 3, I had Benicio del Toro in Sicario.
Yeah.
And I hate to have someone overshadow a female lead, but like,
He's so fucking
so good.
like the second he shows up, I'm like, okay, forget everything else.
Yeah.
I want to spend the next fucking 2 hours with this guy right here. And you know, there's a reason why he was, you know, in the lead in the sequel too. That, you know, that's
not a great sequel.
just I disagree. I hard disagree.
You like it better?
No, better. No. She said not a great sequel.
Oh, okay.
That's a great sequel, not better, but it's a fucking great sequel.
Total non sequitur really fast. You can cut this out. I took my now wife on a date to go see Sicario in theaters.
Yes.
This is
Halfway
so fucking
through
rude.
the movie,
Please
she
don't.
fucking
So
got up
bad.
and like left and stuff and like was gone for a second, and I was just like, oh, like, you know, we were very new to dating, so I was like, oh, what did I fuck up? Did I say something? Did I like, oh, she just fucking ghosting me at this movie? No. She did a lap because this movie was so good. She was just like, fuck, this movie is just like, she's like, I gotta process for like a good half a second. I'm coming back.
Nice.
I was scared for a second.
No, I know. Sicario's so good. Like, it's just, it's yeah.
It's in my top 5 ever made.
The shootout scene, the way back, is one of just like the most impeccably shot and executed scenes.
Yeah.
Also, Emily Blunt, this
yeah.
movie is stacked, and yes, I agree with you. Benicio del Toro steals.
Yeah, I know Masterclass gets thrown around a lot, but this movie is a fucking masterclass in tension building. It is, yeah.
No, like, movie got out, and I
100%.
was just like, are you okay? Like, are we still, like, what are we? And she's like, smoking a cigarette because she's cool, and she's just like, did we just watch the same fucking movie? She's like, no, like, I had to, like, she's like, no, that, like, fucking made me upset. I had to leave. And I'm like, oh, okay.
My number 3, so talking of other Batmans, is Val Kilmer as Doc Holliday in Tombstone.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes. Great pick.
Thank you.
Phenomenal pick.
Kind of upstaged the whole thing.
So
Nobody
happy you
wanted to
did
be
that.
Wyatt Earp after that. They wanted to be Doc Holliday.
Oh my God. Yeah, he is that movie.
Yeah.
And
He suffered for it, too.
what a fucking cast, too.
Oh,
to
yeah.
be the standout?
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
With you there.
Right on.
Dang. Shall I?
You shall.
Okay.
Please.
Cool. I'm going to go with a movie called The Kane Mutiny. This is a Humphrey Bogart film. And have you seen it?
No.
Okay. So it's kind of like two movies. Like at the end, it's like more of a courtroom drama. And Jose Ferrer comes in this movie and is only in this movie for a very short period of time, but steals the entire fucking film.
Right on.
I remember this movie because of Jose Ferrer, and I've never forgotten him. He's an actor that I now really truly admire and aspire to watch all of his films because of this movie. He was only in it for like 10 minutes, maybe. I have no idea. I didn't
Nice.
look it up. But yeah, just that was like one of the first times I've like seen a movie where like an actor shows up for like a snippet and I'm like, what the fuck? So yeah, legendary.
Nice. Sounds powerful.
Yeah, it was great.
Laura?
I've got Javier Bardem in No Country for Old Men.
That dude scared the shit out of me
Yeah.
with that movie.
It's just fantastic performance.
Yeah.
In a really fucking good movie with a lot of fantastic performances, but his is the one that's like so haunting and chilling that like actually sticks with you outside of context. So
Yeah. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but all of his other performances, I still see
Yeah.
sugar in that.
I do
him.
too. Yeah.
And yeah, it was powerful.
Yeah.
Potent. Very potent.
Yes.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Again, you can cut this out. I did hard drugs the night
Don't-
before.
don't tempt
that,
me.
I know. I did hard drugs the night before I ever saw that movie for the first time on a ripped copy of on DVD, and I like was just like my serotonin was at an all-time low and watched that movie.
Okay.
Fucking cried when the credits came. I was just like, that was beautiful. I was like, fuck. I was like, who am I?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, anyways. So don't cut this one out. My number 2 is I'm splitting it between 2 actors because I have to, because I can't pick, because they're an entity. They're a duo. I've got number 2, Nathan Lane and Ernie Sabella as Timon and Pumbaa from The Lion King.
Nice.
Because there is no Lion King without Timon and Pumbaa. Without fucking Guildenstern and Rosencrantz, what the
Yep.
fuck is Hamlet?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, you gotta have them in there. Like, otherwise it's just like, oh, my fucking dad. And like, yeah, it's
I think
necessary.
Nathan Lane could probably stand for this award for any movie he's ever been in.
Oh, yeah.
He kind of just outshines everyone.
Yeah, the
around him.
Birdcage, fuck. Like,
Yeah.
that's just the Nathan Lane movie.
Yeah.
For my number 2, I had Jack Nicholson as the Joker in Batman '89.
Yeah.
Sick.
And
Good
again,
choice.
like I just said, I like that better than Returns. But even in that one, I was like, hey, can we like go back to that Joker guy? Because that's fucking cool.
We didn't talk about this on the last episode, but I think Jack Nicholson was the only person to bring over the character from the TV show
Yeah.
Joker. He very resembles the TV show
yeah,
Joker.
Yeah, you think we did touch on it? Yeah.
But yeah, I can agree with you there. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. My number 2 is Gary Oldman in The Professional.
Oh.
Leon.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Call everyone, bring them here. How many? Everyone. You know.
He's very fun in that.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that
Solid.
movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say
That's all you
that
need to-
movie. Yeah,
Okay, if you can like slice out all the Gary Oldman parts, fucking top notch.
yeah, that's on that list of like, god damn it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is my last one because I
Oh, Javi looks
Oh,
confused.
I misunderstood. I
just
misunderstood
ruined
the
the
vibe.
profession. Oh,
I read
yeah.
the vibe wrong. Ooh.
there are 2 edits to that film.
yeah.
Yes.
One I grew up with, which is apparently the American version.
Yeah.
And then the one I bought during COVID, which is the director's cut.
Right.
Way more ick.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's also not fun that it like that movie mirrors the director's lifestyle a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a movie that kind of I just
I
fucking
think
can't
we'll
anymore.
have to do that.
I
at some
can't.
Point, though.
I can't do it.
I would do it on this show for posterity, just to be like, yeah, like let's.
I would
kill
do
him.
it in order to talk about that.
Yeah, exactly.
In order to point out all the shitty parts like of Luc Besson. Like, but yeah, that's my number 2. Gary Oldman in just about anything really. But Taylor,
100%. This is my last one because I
jump the gun.
Yeah, I jumped the
Blew your
gun.
load. That's fine.
And I wasn't doing this in any particular order, but I would say this might be my number 1, only because this is like one of my favorite movies of all time. And it's called Anatomy of a Murder, directed by Otto Preminger, and George C. Scott's character in this movie. He plays a prosecutor, and he's not in this movie very much. It has very little screen time, but the screen time that he has, it really makes a fucking impact, man. And this was, I think, potentially the first movie I ever saw with George C. Scott, and I instantly was like, I mean, this is like a 3-hour film. It's not short. And like the 10 seconds that he's in this movie, I was like, who the fuck is that? I need to see every movie he's ever done. I'm obsessed with this man, and my obsession remains to this day. George C. Scott is legendary, and he's so good in that movie. So yeah.
Didn't they recently remake this?
Anatomy of a Murder?
Yeah.
No,
No,
you're
you're
thinking of
thinking-
Anatomy of a Fall.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
yeah,
was fucking, by the way. But
yeah, different, very different.
Anatomy and anatomics are very difficult for me right now. So.
Animatronic.
You're thinking of animatronic of a fall, Luke.
anatomical.
I don't deserve to host this show.
You're doing great.
You absolutely do.
I guess this is my last one in no particular order. I've been watching a lot of Law and Order SVU lately, so this gentleman was on my mind. So it's Christopher Maloney in Wet Hot American Summer. Yes.
Yes.
So
From Maloney and fucking
Everything.
Yeah.
He's in Fear and Loathing. Like he has a bit part in Fear and Loathing.
Yeah.
He completely stands out. Yes.
He, as like a serious actor, is like, as Elliot Stabler, you know, he has my heart.
Sure.
As a comedic, like standalone actor, he has a direct line to my funny bone, and I think the thing that gets me with comedy is how seriously an actor can actually take it.
Sure.
And that will drive into me like a fucking like sledgehammer in terms of like comedy hitting. And yeah, I don't know. That's one of the things that came to mind. So that's apparently my number 1.
He nails it.
Brilliant
He
pick.
makes my blood boil with the fact that he doesn't do more comedy because he is so fucking good, and his timing is like just I can't even I'm flustered right now, like, because you brought him up. Like, oh god, he's the best part of like Harold and Kumar. Like, he's just like, he's just so like, anything that he does, any like little bit comedy of, like, there's like a fucking random episode of Wonder Shows in that he's in, where he is basically playing Stabler, doing a PSA on like cooties. It's the funniest fucking thing.
I have this episode. Very good.
Yeah.
Outstanding pick.
Thank you.
I would
Also, I
say.
apologize for just being the peanut gallery on every pick.
We're trying to fill time here. It's great.
I know, we're trying to make this a 9-hour podcast.
Yeah.
My number 1.
That's you.
All right, the
yeah.
guy who's been talking the least. All right, my number 1. Don't ever put dirt on this man's name. I've got Clifton Powell as Pinky from Next Friday. The embodiment of fucking how fragile masculinity truly is. This man is on screen for like fucking 8 minutes maybe. He is the only reason to watch Next Friday, aside from like racial stereotypes. Everything. That movie has not aged well. But fucking Pinky has aged like fine wine. He is a man who owns a turnkey record like store business, and is just like, creme de la creme, cream of the crop. Like, I'm just like, I fucking like, I know what I'm talking about. I'm doing it all. And then the second he faces a dot of threat or danger, it's just like he is the most like tiny turtle of a boy. And it is the funniest fucking thing every time. And the second he is removed from danger, he's all of a sudden just like, well, yeah, I had the situation. I'm totally fine. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's just, oh, God. Like, I will routinely YouTube Pinky scene. That's just like, if I'm like, I'm having a hard day, I need to see Pinky just lose his shit in the record store. That's my number one.
We learn new things about each other every day.
Every day.
I want to support you. I haven't seen Next Friday.
Oh,
but
you don't have to. You just watch that scene.
Just watch that scene.
And then also
on
watch
YouTube,
the scene where Mike Epps is tied up and singing Friends. How many of us have them? Like, that's a great scene too. Otherwise, the first Friday is the only Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I dig it.
For my number one, Lauren, I'm surprised you didn't say it. But it's the only character where the studio was like, hey, that was fucking amazing. Let's do that times 100 in the next film. And then in the next film, let's do that times 200. And then at some point, we're like, you know what? Fuck all the other actors. You keep going. And it's not a spinoff, but you keep doing your thing, and you're the guy now. And then in the future, we're like, hey, we can't make another one until this guy says, let's fucking come back. It's fucking Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean.
You were on a roll. I was gonna you took a breath. I was gonna babe, do you want to say it at the same time? I was like, I know where this is going.
It just,
solid.
Again, because I'm sorry, if you go back and you look at, he's not the fucking main character in the first movie. No, he's not.
See, in my head he is. Right?
But he's not.
He's
just factually not. You
Yeah.
know. And the thing is,
This
they
might
were
be
like,
the best choice out of all of our choices. I'm going to be honest.
it has to. It's not even one of my favorites. It just is. It just facts. It just is. You know.
That's not where I thought you were going. Honestly.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Stay tuned after the podcast to hear where Lauren thought I was going.
Yeah. Subscribe to Patreon and you will get the after show.
Well, my number one, after all those fantastic answers, my number one, which is the only right answer. No, but
Come on.
no, one of my favorite character actors of all time, J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
In Spider-Man and in Whiplash.
That was almost on my list.
Holy shit! He's right up there with that the Marine drill sergeant Lee Ermey.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, and as a powerful, not a foil, but something for the main characters to break themselves on.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man, the guy from Whiplash.
Mm-hmm.
I really sound like I know what I'm talking about right now.
He's the rocks to be dashed upon.
You know he's not top billed in Whiplash?
Yeah, I don't think he's...
Because I almost put that on the list, and then I was like, nah, he's probably top billed in that. And I was like, he's not. That's fucking crazy.
In most of the movies he's not.
Right.
Even though he just comes on as the strongest, most either intimidating or heartwarming character.
Yeah.
That's my pick.
Nice.
Yeah. Good choice.
Thanks.
And
that brings us to the end of our show.
Oh my god.
What?
If you're still listening,
I can't believe we got
after
here.
Jesus Christ.
2 hours and 40
shit.
minutes,
Jesus Christ. Damn it, we got a fight club on our hands.
thank you for listening. If you still are, I have been Luc Londe.
I have been not a human, but a penguin, Javier Martinez.
Begrudgingly, I've been Chuck Starzenski.
Meow.
Thank you. I was waiting for that.
Lauren Heney. I've been Taylor Diffenderfer, and before the show ends, I'd just like to request everyone fuck off. I would just like everyone listening, if they liked this movie, to look up the Susie and the Banshees music video for Face to Face, which was the song that they wrote for the movie we are talking about today, in case you forgot. That's Batman Returns.
Thank you, Taylor.
You're welcome.
And with that concludes our show. Thank you all for listening. We have been the Nostalgia Killers.
Bang, bang.